What's going on, guys? This your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video. So it looked like Caitlin Clark is definitely against playing off the ball after talking to reporters about Stephanie White's new scheme. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Indy. Let's get it. Let's go. Pretty vocal about coming back versus the Valkyries. Now, I've been pretty vocal telling y'all that Stephanie White is running this system with trying to play Caitlin Clark off the ball. Now, I told y'all, when Caitlin Clark come back, they're going to have her playing off the damn ball because Stephanie White excuse is going to be, well, Caitlin, when you was gone, we was winning basketball games. And guess what? You didn't have the ball in your hand. Well, it looked like Caitlin Clark has spoken her piece about it all, bruh. She spoke about coming back, but more importantly, she spoke about playing off this damn ball. Let's head on over to X real quick because this right here is definitely going to ruffle some feathers in the comment section and definitely with some fans. To say Caitlin Clark on playing off ball. Listen to this before we listen to the entire press conference.
Kind of taking some pressure off you with Ari kind of running point of some actions and you playing off the ball. Just how do you think that will help when you reintegrate onto?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be nice probably not to have to bring the ball up against pressure 94 feet, but like I said, like that's what I'm best at, so we're still going to do a lot of that. It's, I think, finding a balance and finding the ways to give the defense different looks, and you know, me becoming a better screener and being a good screener and coming off of screens and screening for Kels and you know, all that different type of stuff that's a whole nother layer of things that the other team has to prepare for. So like I said, I feel like it makes us less predictable, and I mean, you're still going to see a lot of the same things that we do, but at times, you know, move us off the ball, and especially out of timeouts and drops, maybe not so much our live flow and our live play. I think we'll be solid.
So that was Caitlin Clark speaking with playing off the ball. And as y'all see from that clip there, she wasn't very happy about it, bro. Now, I'm going to play some more of this press conference. But something I want to talk about is if Caitlin Clark comes back and drop a goose egg, it's simply Stephanie White's fault. If Caitlin Clark is not playing to the Caitlin Clark we love to see, and we love seeing her hit logo threes, it's Stephanie White's fault. Don't blame this on Caitlin injury. Don't blame this on Caitlin not playing for a while. If Caitlin Clark comes back and plays bad, it is Stephanie White's fault because Caitlin Clark could not get in a rhythm with this off-ball situation. I talked about it before the season, and I'm talking about it again. Caitlin Clark cannot get into rhythm without having the ball in her hand. They're trying to change her style of play, and this spells bad recipe, bruh. Roll the footage.
Into tomorrow's game.
Yeah, I think it's just nice to get back out there and get to the flow of, you know, playing with my teammates again, and you know, it's gonna be fun to get back out there hopefully and just feel things again. I think, you know, I don't know what type of minutes I'm going to get, will look like, but just when I'm out there, like, compete, play hard. You know, this is going to be a team that's going to be moving constantly, so just being aware and active, bring energy. And yeah, I think that, I mean, that's obviously hard sitting out and watching for a few weeks, so I'm definitely excited to get back out there.
Steph said yesterday you're not a fan of minutes restrictions. How do you anticipate all that actually going when you play tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, I hope to play a decent amount, maybe upper 20s. I guess it just depends how I feel and how the game goes, and you know what the team needs as well, but yeah, I mean, I feel pretty good, but probably going to try not to overdo it as well and put myself in a good position moving forward.
Caitlin, Steph talked about you having your coach's hat on during this stretch. Is there a particular thing or things you find yourself looking at most often while you've been watching?
I mean, I try to notice as much as I can. I think, you know, when we're successful, it really starts on defense for us. I think when we're disruptive, when we're up in passing lanes, you know, defending hard, active hands, things like that, I think that's what leads to us being really good offensively. I think that's what led to our 2 games where we beat the Lynx and beat the Aces, and I think we lacked in that area versus the Sparks. We kind of just let them do whatever they want to. I thought we were a step behind, so I think that has to be intentional for our group going forward. It's like we have to be a step ahead of everything, and that just comes down to knowing personnel and knowing our scout and being very intentional in that. And I think that's kind of where the coaches have challenged us too.
How has Aries' addition kind of changed that vibe with this defensive group?
Yeah, I mean, she's as active as they come. She's going to be aggressive. She's going to pressure you. She's going to have her hands in passing lanes. She's going to cause a little bit of havoc out there, and I think that's exactly what we need. And she's going to pick up pull, and I know that well. She guarded me a couple times last year, so I think she's been tremendous for us, honestly.
How much are you just looking forward to being on the court with Aries?
Yeah, I think it'll be great. Obviously, I haven't played a game with her, I don't think, at least. She's kind of been here when I've been out, so I think it'll be great. I think it'll be nice to play with another point guard who can, read the floor really well and, get me to come off a few screens rather than, just playing out a ball screen mostly. And, we're still going to do a lot of that and play in transition and all that, but when we have an opportunity to run me off some screens, and I think that just gives the defense another thing they have to plan for, and we're not, as predictable as we may have been earlier in the season. So try some of that, but I think it'll be a lot of fun.
How much did you enjoy celebrating that cup with? We saw all the videos, but what was that celebration like for you with your teammates?
Just really proud of my team, honestly. They went in there and they believed that they could win, and they prepared that they could win, and that's exactly what they did. I thought, we dictated defensively, and that's a really, really hard place to play. I don't think the Lynx have lost there yet because that game didn't count, so they're technically undefeated at home, and it's one of the hardest places to play, and that's not just the past years. That's over the course of the Lynx franchise. They've always, dominated their home court. So especially to go in there on that type of game with that type of high stakes, I'm really proud of our group. So it was fun celebrating with all of them.
Steph has talked about kind of taking some pressure off you with Ari kind of running point to some actions and you playing off the ball. Just how do you think that will help when you reintegrate onto?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be nice probably not to have to bring the ball up against pressure 94 feet. But like I said, that's what I'm best at, so we're still going to do a lot of that. I think finding a balance and finding the ways to give the defense different looks, and me becoming a better screener and being a good screener and coming off of screens and screening for Kels and all that different type of stuff. That's a whole nother layer of things that the other team has to prepare for. So like I said, I feel like it makes us less predictable, and I mean, you're still going to see a lot of the same things that we do, but at times move us off the ball, and especially out of timeouts and drops, maybe not so much our live flow and our live play. I think we'll be solid.
Given that you never really missed time, has this been one of the more difficult stretches of your playing career?
For sure, no doubt about it. I think it's been challenging mentally, just staying in it, and you're way more busy when you're hurt than when you're coming in and all you do is scout film and come out here and walk through things. So I'm in here hours and hours on hours trying to get my body right and do everything I can to put myself in a position to be available the rest of the year, and that's certainly my goal, and I feel good about that. And but yeah, it's definitely challenging. I think it's been so challenging because I've never been through it before. So just giving myself grace as I continue to come back and get my feet under me. And but I think it's also been an amazing opportunity for myself too, and allowed me to learn a lot. And I think when we get to the end of the year and get here in the playoffs, I think this is gonna be a moment where I can look back on and be really proud of myself for everything that I went through and how I've dealt with it.
Caitlin, you've been on the J-Dub before.
Yeah.
What do you think now that you've seen the finished product for this?
It's enormous. It's a little overwhelming. I mean, you look up there, it's pretty big, but it's certainly cool. And I've said this before, I'm anytime you get on the JW Marriott in Indianapolis, it's a huge deal. That's prime real estate for ads. But yeah, it's certainly really cool. And we're obviously really excited to have All-Star, and I guess everybody got to watch you.
So, guys, that's Caitlin Clark speaking to the media about her return back to the basketball court. Like I stated, I was wrong, guys. I'll admit it. I didn't think she was coming back to All-Star break. Obviously, she basically found her way back, man. And breaking news right now, DeWanna Bonner has officially signed moments ago with the Phoenix Mercury, man. I'm probably just going to leave that story alone, bro. We done talked about her long enough. We'll see how the view's looking on that. But, yeah, she has signed. But, guys, get down in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts about this. Keep them bells on. And don't forget, your boy John Liquidator will be in Indianapolis for the All-Star game. And I'm telling you right now, if you guys have not partied with your boy John Liquidator, you're going to want to. And like always, until next time, shake the haters off. I'm out of here, baby. Peace out.